let's talk a little bit about Shang-Chi. Not specifically the film itself, but that's kind of going to get brought into this. We're going to talk about the actor that plays Shang-Chi. Now, I've actually gotten a lot of emails for us to talk about this, more so than many other topics. Most of them are phrased in a way of, aha, we caught you. You're hiding it. You're
Like,
pretending it
okay,
didn't happen. Blah, 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 you
yeah,
know.
can somebody give me context? Because I know some of the stuff that's been like said on.
So I don't want to.
Context is a very key part of it all.
The context
Yes,
is the
that's
key
yeah.
part.
That's why I want to know. Like, I don't want to take things out of just for face value. I
So
want to know, like,
we're not going to talk about openly what it's all kind
yeah,
of, because there's a lot, but essentially there's old posts that are linked to him which have been proven. It's like, oh no, that's him commenting on old posts in like chat groups and forums and stuff. Fine, everybody's done that. We can see, oh yep, that's him, that's what he's posted. What hit the internet and why he hasn't been canceled as of this recording, and why they're probably going to investigate it and it's going to be a James Gunn situation, but they're not going to get rid of him, is because the things that were said and stated, what made it to the internet first, and websites like Gizmodo, for example, had a big article that exploded, is, as people point out, there is certain things that are in there that are, if you do a minute worth of research, you see that it's taken out of context to phrase this one quote or to phrase it a different way. Now, there's another one instance in there where he compares two things, which I don't want to really get into, but that was just a stupid thing to say. And most people are going to know what we're talking about.
Literally the only dumb thing he said.
Yeah. Yep.
And it is incredibly dumb. And the thing people need to realize at the minute is, if he's not doubling down on it, get over it.
Yeah. And I would also like to
5-6 years ago.
I would also like to point this out. How come if he makes that dumb comparison, right? And yes, it's in bad taste, and he said it forever ago, and he's not doubling down on it, he's clearly changed. How come people were quick to brush off Andrew Garfield saying, well, look, I looked into what it's like to play a homosexual actor, so technically, why, it's guys. All actors have said or done stupid things when they're researching roles and things like that. And we don't cancel them because we understand in the moment or what was said, taken out of context in a dumb, terrible way. And it's one of these things where the people found it and then they started to even micro in there to try to pull context where it doesn't exist and put words into what he was saying, which he never stated in those, to try to get him canceled. Coincidentally enough, these are the same people that were screeching about how this movie is part of the agenda and woke, and so it's a terrible situation. This whole Shang-Chi thing. That's I don't know. I don't know.
This stuff it's gone too far. It's absolutely, if people are doing it now, Gina Carano, right? It's a perfect example. Gina Carano is as thick as pig crap, right? She said a thing, people didn't like it, she doubled down on it, she got worse. She got fired, rightfully so. Disney can get rid of her if they wanted to, perfectly fine. You look at what Simu posted on Reddit on his own account. That I think the account's been deleted, or it was deleted. Or
I think it was deleted.
I'm not even entirely too sure, to be honest. But it's like, people making up the fact that the Reddit thread he posted on was this, like, what was it? It's like, anti-black women, like anti-women in general. They're always crapping on like females and all this and that and that. It was specifically like this, like alt-right Asian thread, and it's like, it wasn't that in the slightest.
No,
it wasn't anything like that at all. Like, you can go on there, you can see it for yourself.
And also, as some people pointed out, some of the posts where he was commenting were forums and things that changed over what they were over the course of the last 5-6 years. So let's say you're in a group that's literally, PlayStation is the best gaming brand of all time, and you're saying, oh, I love this brand, I love this brand. Well, suddenly the owner of the group changes it to Xbox is the best. Well, is what you commented there 5 years ago and forgot about suddenly in a new group, does that change? No, like, you were commenting on a particular topic and then got changed over. And this is, like you said, with the Gina Carano situation, it's like he hasn't doubled down on it. And we've seen other Disney people, and we've seen James Gunn. James Gunn doesn't post political things anymore because clearly he was talked to, and Hollywood was like, dude, if you want to work, we know you're left as hell, but stop. And he did. So James Gunn did. Like, he's clearly gotten talked to, and it's like, this is it. We're moving past this, and we're done. So it's
and it's like, there was one where people were going, oh, look how racist he is against like Muslims, and like you're talking about what the Taliban actually do, like how the Taliban operate in Afghanistan and all that. And it's like, that's not racist.
Yeah.
Like looking at the context of the entire conversation that was being had, what he said isn't racist. There was nothing like, it's people looking for clout, and that's all it is at the minute. And getting someone quote cancelled is easy as piss.
And also people are clipping exactly what they want out of that whole thing. And funny enough, that the same people doing that, literally a day after, George Lucas's ex-wife posts her reaction to the Star Wars sequels and the prequels, where she says she hated the sequels and she cried watching episode 1 and hated the prequels. Guess which one has all the traction, but the other one is ignored. Come on. We know we know the angle and the push, and you have to look at this with your open eyes. Am I saying what he said is acceptable? No. But he hasn't said it since, and if you look at him, come on, you can see there's been a change. Everybody's done and said stupid things years ago, and
if you haven't been alive long enough,
or you're just straight up liar.
Yes, there's that. And in fact, the people that start like the person that did all this on Twitter in 5 years is gonna get cancelled themselves.
Yeah,
like it is toxic as hell. Just trawling through someone's like past, looking for something to shit on them for. It is ridiculous. Like everyone's made a mistake. Let people grow and change as a human being. It's part of what we do.
To our very own point, we still get people in the comments. There'll probably be some psychopath in this that calls us out, being like, you didn't think Venom would be making over $500 million, you idiots. It's like, yes, and we said, wow, we were wrong. Cool, but they're still hung up on
I didn't think it was going to come out.
Yeah,
I still wish it didn't.
Right, and 5 years ago, and they're like still hung up on that one thing. It's like, guys, how do you have this much energy? Move along. Move along with your life. Know that people change, but I guess when
it's just toxic.
Yeah, it's toxic.
Like the people doing it, they're not doing it for the right reasons. And you get the people that are like finger pointing, being like, see, they do it as well. It's like you're the type of person that says that stuff now anyway.
Yeah.
So you can't really point out that someone's like that or was like that when you're like that right now. Like, that is hypocritical. So everyone just relax. Like he's not gonna be kicked out. They're not even gonna look at this.
No.
God's sake, they're gonna see that thread and be like, well, that was stupid. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Like maybe don't compare these two things, which you shouldn't have even compared them, because that's a right.
Yeah.
Apart from that, he's fine. Especially if people like, is it Letitia Wright? I can't remember. Who plays Shuri?
Yes.
Yeah, like the whole anti-vax thing. Guess who's still in Black Panther too?
Exactly, because she just went quiet on it. So there you go. So that's the end of that discussion. Unless he gets fired, we're not talking about this again. So there.